I think the first thing I remember is cold, or rather the absence of warmth, and those two, no matter how silly it sounds, are very different. It's like being alone and lonely, in a way. I found myself in the water, but the water seemed to be a part of me. I could feel it everywhere. I didn't know what I was, and I didn't know anything else. The first thing I've learned was that there was something above me, a light. I could see it through the surface. And then I noticed myself. The spring around me was full of sound, the movement of the water, the things that lived in the water, the air gently caressing scarce leaves. I could hear the crickets too, and the sound of the others. I could hear them move above the surface. I could hear their voices, and I think I heard the laughter once. I had no idea what it was, but it felt joyful. For some reason, I knew I had something before this. I was certain of it. I didn't have any memories, just weight, the feeling of having carried something for a very long time, and that something is now off. You don't even remember what it was, but your arms still feel weird without it. Again, the absence that has a shape and can be perceived. I didn't know the shape yet. I just knew strange arms. I came up through the surface eventually. The spring was really beautiful. That I noticed immediately, even before I had proper words to describe it. The light came from above. It was gently touching the bare tree trunks and the water held it like it was proud of it, like it had collected it deliberately. Everything smelled like moonlight, if moonlight had a smell, like something sacred and a little cold and very, very old. There were others in the spring, foxes. I knew what they were. I knew a lot of things actually. It was just that knowing them and understanding them were different operations entirely. I knew fox. I knew ninetails. I knew the formless moon palace. I knew there was something about the moon, something important, something I kept reaching for only to find nothing. The foxes were luminous, each one, like they were lit from somewhere inside. One of them had a mark on her that blazed like... I lost it. I lost it still, the memory. The mark, what it meant. Something about completeness, something about the moon being all the way itself. I noticed I didn't have one. I looked at my hands, and I had hands. That was new. That was strange and also somehow not strange at all. I looked at them. I looked at my arms. I looked at my reflection in the water, and there was no mark. Nothing. Just skin and fox ears I could feel if I reached up. And tails I could feel behind me, and no moon face anywhere on it. I didn't know that yet. I didn't know what that meant at all. I know now. But then I just looked and felt the absence of it the same way I felt the absence of warmth. Not painful, just present. Just a fact about me that I didn't choose. The other foxes didn't see me. That took a while to understand. At first I thought I was simply not interesting to them. Fair enough, I was new. I didn't know anything. I was standing in their sacred spring with no mark and no name and no explanation, and perhaps they were simply being polite in the way of people who are waiting for you to explain yourself before they engage. But then one of them walked through me. Like literally through me. She didn't pass next to me, she passed through my body. I moved, I stepped aside, I looked at myself, I touched my arms. I was there, I was solid. I stepped into her path, looking straight at her, and she still could not see me. Her eyes went straight through the space where I had just been standing. She just didn't track, didn't find me. I stepped back. I waved a little foolishly. I don't know what I expected, but there was nothing. I was there. I was completely solidly there, and I was nothing to look at, nothing to find, nothing to feel. Some quality of my light, or my lack of it, made me simply not register. Like trying to see the dark between the stars. The dark is there. It is in fact most of what is there, but the eye slide off it. It finds the light instead. Find what it's looking for. Moves on. I was the dark between stars in a spring full of moons. I don't know how long I stayed like that. Time was strange for me then, not like it's any less strange for me now. I hadn't learned yet how to be inside it properly. I just existed in it, the way the small unbothered things in the water exist in it. Moment to moment, without the thread between. I tried to remember what I was. I had been something, for sure. Something large, I thought. Something that had light? No. Not light, but something about light. Something that light did around me or because of me or something. I had a name. I was almost certain I had a name. Everyone has a name. But when I reached for it, it was like reaching into fog. The shape of the reaching came back to me, but not the thing. I knew I was not complete. I did not understand fully, only that I was partial. Incomplete in a way that had a specific shape, like a broken piece of pottery that still carries the curve of what it used to be. But the piece is still only a piece. I sat in the spring and felt the curve of what I used to be, and didn't know its name. And then, near the end of what I think was my first day, the light through the trees had gone from pale to gold, to something softer, something that was already becoming evening. And one of the foxes stopped. She was the one with the blazing mark, the complete one. She had been moving past, the same as the others, her attention somewhere else entirely, and then she stopped. And she looked. Not through me, not past me, not at the water where I was standing. At me. Directly at me. With the particular quality of attention that means you have been seen, actually seen, by something that knows how to look. I didn't move. I don't think I breathed. She looked at me for a long moment. Her expression was, I don't have the right word. Recognition is too certain and wondering is too light. It was something in between. Something like, I thought I saw something. Something like, ah, yes, there it is. There she is. She didn't say anything. Neither did I. I didn't have words yet, or at least no words that I could speak out loud. But she saw me. And that was the first thing that was warm.